And the outpouring and the support for these people who are expressing that. And not only are they just merely releasing a song or something like that, these people,
are
these
doing
men,
some phenomenal things.
David and Angel, right?
Angel.
Angel Huertas. I'm doing the correct. I took Spanish.
Oh, you did.
Yes.
Well, how do you say it in Spanish?
Angel Huertas.
All right, you go ahead.
Say it.
No, I'm not going to mess his name up.
Angel Huertas.
Huertas.
Okay. No, not Huertas.
Huh.
But anyway, so as I was saying,
Okay.
but these brothers are inspiring, and that's the see. This is real. This is authentic. This is not generic. This is not makeshift. This is people live.
We're looking
stories.
around because the store is actually packed. We're going to take a break. We're going to take a couple of minute break. We're going to be right back. Urban Forum, we appreciate you tuning in. We know you're listening out there on chillloverradio.net. We'll be right back.
Crank it up and piss off the neighbors. You got your radio locked on to the hottest station. Crank it up and piss off the neighbors. You got your radio locked on to the hottest station.
On Chill Lover Radio.
Welcome back to the Urban Forum Show. We are live with Angel's book signing, Rise to Grace, here at Hue-Man's Bookstore at 2319 Frederick Douglass Boulevard. We have people that were interviewing him that personally knows him. So we want to welcome Armando to the set. Come this way. Let's come this way. Come this way.
By the way, it's a beautiful bookstore too.
It is a beautiful bookstore. It's not like where we're usually at, but this is nice. I mean, I just want to plug that in. But anyway, welcome to the Urban Forum platform. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, Armando. So tell us, how you know Angel?
I know Angel. I grew up with Angel, actually, in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. And I'm proud to say we both are living right now.
Amen.
The circumstances we grew up in were incredibly harsh. As you can, if you read the book, you can see.
Yes, yes.
It was really hard times back then. But we're here. And luckily, my friend, you know, he put that all on paper and wrote a great book.
Yeah, he took that energy to help other people.
Yes,
right?
It definitely is. It'll definitely open eyes for people doing, you know, going that way. It'll show you, you know, the worst of it.
Right,
that
right.
You don't ever want to get to that point.
Wow. So tell us some juicy bits of the book that you know personally about Angel.
Well, he was Playboy Angel. And I know now.
Yeah, now, but I remember when.
Yeah, I remember when that moniker was put on him, you know, Playboy Angel, and you know, he was. All the girls wanted Angel. All the girls in the neighborhood wanted
the Latin lover.
You know what I mean? And but he always worked hard in everything he did. Didn't matter what it was. You know.
So did you guys go to high school and so forth, and you know, or
we went to street. We actually went to same elementary school. So that's how far back I know him.
Did you guys make a lot of money?
He made a lot of money.
So what's street stuff?
You want to hear some street stuff?
I want to hear some this grimy street stuff. Well, not, you know, grimy, but, you know, I mean, I'm from the streets as well. So, you know, and I think that's one of the things that attracted me to Angel, because our stories are so similar, where he was the dealer and I was the user, you know, and keeping it real. However, it seems like our lives stopped at the same thing. When he fell in front of a church, I did the same thing. And when he first told me that story, because he has been interviewed on the platform before, and I was like, wait, are you serious? And he was like, yeah. So we took a break. I had to take a break right then and there. And I was like, come on, we need to pray. We need to pray. And we prayed, you know. But God leads us in directions to do certain things. But what was some of the life-threatening situations that you experienced with him?
I mean, in my neighborhood, selling drugs was like, it seemed illegal at the time. It seemed legal at the time. Like, there was a not spoken rule that the cops, if they were coming down the block, you just stopped what you were doing. They weren't going to arrest anybody. There was too many people to arrest. You know what I mean? So they weren't going to arrest nobody. If you were dumb enough to say, I'm going to risk this in front of them, then they would, you know, mess with you. But it was like, if it was illegal, like, kids, you would come outside and see the local drug dealers on the corner and say hi to them every morning like they were the crossing guards.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
True,
like
true.
7 o'clock in the morning, you're going to school, you see the guy on the corner like, hey, what's going on? And he was there since 7 o'clock the day before. You know what I mean? So
they used to run like 24, 48 hours.
it was
They had it all set out. Like
24/7, 24/7.
It's not the same though. Like,
no.
not that we're glorifying that, but I mean, I think back then, you think there was a different level of respect than it is today?
I think so. I think nowadays they don't respect like elders like you did back then. I didn't care how you were running the streets back then. If someone older than you told you something, you respected it either way. You saw your friend's mother coming down the block, you would put the blunt down, or
I'd be like, I'm sorry, Miss Murray.
Even if your mother knew you smoked,
Right.
you don't let you don't put it out there like that, But we lived, forget it. We got shot at, had to run the block. I was just telling a friend of mine that when we were young growing up, the gangs from the block, they knew when someone was coming, they would grab the kids and throw them in the building. Then 5 minutes later, you would hear gunshots. And when I told them,
now they're shooting with the kids out there.
Yeah, now they don't care. They just shoot. They hit innocent people now. But back then, it was like that. Even the gang members were taking care of their block. They nourished the block.
Yeah.
Took care of the kids. They, even like I said, they were doing bad things, but they would still want you to do the right thing.
So the neighborhood where the setting of this story was, like, what's going on there today, and what's the demographics of it? Wow. It's Williamsburg, right? I was just in Williamsburg Williamsburg last Sunday. Remember Bigger and I went there last Sunday, and I mean, it was a total different thing. And I'm not an original New Yorker, so I really don't know. So it was just more like yuppie, ha bars, and so.
And in Williamsburg now, they have cafes with seats.
Yeah.
Seats out front. They have art galleries now. There's no any abandoned building is renovated.
It's a dope neighborhood, though, like the way
neighborhood.
it's set up.
But
yeah.
The thing the thing that bothers me about it is now that it's a great neighborhood, I can't afford to live there.
Yeah.
I went through the hardships in that neighborhood, like me and Angel. We grew up. If you read the story, you see the things that you had to live through. That everyone. You have brothers and sisters living in the same room and overcrowded, and the drugs and all that. Now the neighborhood is good. We can enjoy the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Because they want $1,500 for a studio or $2,000 for a studio or something like that. So imagine me with 2 kids and a wife to get a 3.
So what happened to what happened to the primary people who were around at that time? Most of them did not survive, or
yeah, that's why when I first opened up, that's the first thing I said. Praise the Lord that we're still here this day, even after what we lived through. A lot of the people are either locked. You see it on TV when people say, and it's so true. Half of them are locked up, half of them are dead. You know what I mean? The few that made it, they realized they straightened out their lives. There was no other choice.
Yeah.
You couldn't keep going that route.
Yeah.
You will end up like one of the, in the other 2 categories.
So do you have any artistic aspirations of your own, Armando?
Yeah, I do. I make music under Tim Pop Music. If you could go to ReverbNation.com. / Tim Pop Music and hear the music there.
What kind of music is it?
It's hip hop music. It's hip hop.
Yeah, definitely.
And I have a team. Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Could you do something right now, real quick? Oh no. Oh, we can't. Oh, okay. Okay.
But we would like to have you back on the forum.
I'll definitely leave the information. Yes. I would love to do that.
But as a last closing question, what is if you see kids here, what would you say to inspire them to not walk that path? And if they do decide to walk that path, what was something you would say to help them come back?
Well, I know I would tell them that taking shortcuts never works out. Never works out at the end. It may seem fine for the moment, but taking shortcuts is never going to work. And selling drugs and doing that is taking shortcuts. You can go get the way the game is now. From what I've seen, you can get a good job and make as much money
as selling drugs.
As the guy risking his life out there selling drugs.
Absolutely.
So, to look at it that way. You see that one guy who has $300 pair of sneakers and he has no money in his pocket because that's what he made for the week, and he spent it on a pair of sneakers.
Right.
You can.
And the other thing is too, like what I tell these younger kids is if you don't put anything in the system, when you become an older man, there's nothing for you to get back.
That's true. Wow, we really appreciate that's true. We really appreciate you being on the forum. We definitely want to get you back, play some of your music, and they can find you on Verb Nation.
Reverb Nation.
ReverbNation.com
/ Tim Pop Music.
Oh, great! Thank you so much for hitting the platform. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right, congratulations to Angel.
Yes, congratulations. Rise to grace.
Blessed love, Armando.
Again, well,
I got so excited knowing that he knew how to do something. I'm like, yo, could you
Can he play?
At least a verse. I just wanted to hear a verse.
But we're going to have him back on the forum.
Okay,
we'll have him back, and that way
but
we'll be at our home platform.
I know.
we can't do certain things. Yeah, I'm putting it out there.
I got you.
You understand?
Yeah.
But when we get on our own black platform next week, we'll
yeah.
be able to. Y'all know how we rock it. Y'all, you know, right now we kind of maintaining ourselves.
We gotta rock it.
You know, you don't see a white cup in my hand, so you know
stop.
something's up right now. But anyway, we're here at Human's Bookstore.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's Paul ADD kicking in, everybody.
That's not my ADD kicking. I process what you said.
Okay, I know what I'm saying. Listen, we're here at Human's Bookstore at 2319 Frederick Douglass Boulevard. We are witnessing Angel's book signing. The crowd is here. There's a line, if you know anything about Human's Bookstore, literally going out to 125th Street. So if you want to come on out, he's here signing books till 6 p.m. And then there's an after party, I believe, that people... That's a special invitation only, but the crowd is coming in, and he's signing books, and he also has other media here. So, and then he's going to tell us people that we can interview. So, his name is Rise to Grace. Y'all want to
Rise to Grace, a genuine street story. Angel Huertas.
You know how to say it really well.
Because I took
Angel.
Spanish.
I know how to say angel. That's
I
as far
took
as
Spanish. That's why.
That's good.
You didn't take it. Just like I didn't take typing. That's why I always have to ask you to type stuff for me.
Well, I didn't take typing. Yeah, that's cool too. No, I'm sorry. I didn't go to the typical high schools as other kids did. I didn't do that.
This is a phenomenal story. I mean, talk
It is
about
a
having
show.
a third, second chance on life.
And
usually
that's what
people
that
only
book's
get
about.
usually people only get like one.
One chance.
He got like two, and it's just.
And he died 3 times. He died 3 times.
I really want to ask him about dying 3 times.
Well, we're going to have a chance to interview him at the closing, before the closing of the show. So we're going to take a few minutes, take a break, and we'll be right back. You're tuned into the Urban Forum Show. I'm Silky.
And I'm Paul Wayne.
And we'll be right back.
Crank it up and piss off the neighbors. You got your radio locked on to the hottest station. Crank it up and piss off the neighbors. You got your radio locked on to the hottest station.
Locked on Chill Lover Radio.
Good afternoon, and welcome back to the Urban Forum Show. I'm sitting here with Stuart, who's a friend of Angel's. Yes. How are you, Stuart?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm well, thank you. How do you know Angel?
I've known Angel, I don't know exactly how many years, but somewhere around 15 years.
Wow.
We used to work together. And then he branched off and did a fabulous job on his own. And we've stayed in touch. Rather loosely, but still all the time for the whole time.
Wonderful. And again, we're here at Human's Bookstore doing Angel's book signing, A Rise to Grace. This is a phenomenal book, very inspirational. We're asking people to come out to visit us here at Human's Bookstore on Frederick Douglass Boulevard. So have you had the opportunity to read the book yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay, and what do you think of it?
I thought it was fantastic. I'd known some of the stories just from working with Angel over the years, but to hear everything from kind of start to finish, well, not finish, but up until this time, it was very inspirational. And the reason I have 3 books here is because I want to give them to my nieces and nephews and also my sons.
Wow.
And have them read them.
And what do you think from the story, from the book? What do you think your nieces and nephews will get from it?
Well, they're not going through the same difficulties that Angel did when he grew up, but I hope they understand that basically if you work for something and you really try hard, you can achieve it. Wonderful. And if you look and see what Angel's done with his life from where he started as well, which makes it even harder, and he got caught up in it, but he also got out of it. That's right. And that's very impressive. It is impressive. And difficult as well.
And one of the key things is, people, that you must understand is support. And, Stuart, you got to commend him because he's genuinely supporting his friend. He's not being judgmental. Like he said, he got into it and he got out. And he's not only just supporting him by himself, he's supporting him by introducing and using Angel's story as an inspiring base to inspire and motivate his own family, which I think is a great thing. I mean, unbelievable.
And one of the things I thought of after I read it was, the school system.
Exactly. Exactly.
Can this be, somehow integrated into reading for the school system?
What do you think that might help if it was integrated into the school system? Thank you. If you think it was integrated into the